All right, guys, let's work on the Nelson clock today and kind of let's assess a couple of these. Let me first lock the layers. Please name your layers. Don't be like me. This is really just really a long rectangle and a circle, and excuse the quality of the image, but it's pretty bad. But you have the hour hand and then you have the second hand. It's actually a pretty simple project, but let's just try to stay geometrically sound here. So I'm going to show my ruler and bring in a vertical and a horizontal ruler. And then I am going to, this is in the Y, so I'm going to give it a nice even number like 5 inches. And then this is X is the left and right, so I'm going to give that an 8-inch. And so, yeah, let's just do that. And then let me unlock this layer and then kind of center the clock. So these are the series of George Nelson clocks. And okay, let's start. So we will start off with a rectangle, and I could, let's give it a color. We'll start off with a rectangle, and I can start off with something pretty large, and then I want to align it. I'm going to see if I can align it with my, oh, jeez, lock that. Oh, I created this rectangle on my base layer. Not good. So let me select that and then move this blue dot over, and then lock that layer. And then I want to click on this guide one more time to keep that guide stationary, and I'm going to center it like that. And then I'm going to reduce it from the center to the thickness. And then I think I want to go in here and stretch this out. I'm going to make it a little bit longer than it is because I'm also going to, I think it's a little bit too fat. So I'm going to reduce it. Again, if you're going to reduce it to the center, you got to hold down the Alt button. That's probably about the proportion I want. Let's bring down the stroke a little bit too. And we just need to establish the height of one arm. And that's good. And then we can rotate that around 12 times and we should have a clock. Let's also do the main body of the clock here. So we'll get to the guide here. Hold down Alt and Shift to get a perfect circle. And I think, yeah, it should be lined up. Let's take this hand and bring it out into the front, because I think the actual clock, the hands are actually on front. Okay, so we have the basis of what we need here. And then let's actually make a copy of this, and then we'll make a second hand out of that. We'll just, just make it small. Yeah, that's fine, you know. And then we'll make the hour hand, which is the same shape as this. Here we're gonna do it really quick. So we're gonna create the body here. We're gonna take the direct selection tool here, and then, oop. Hey, get up. I'm just gonna freehand it for now, guys. So we're just gonna do that. And then let's do an n-gon, 3-sided, so down arrow. It has a little radius here, so let's go to our direct selection. We will add at a midpoint, click and drag, pull this guy down. Well, actually, click and drag didn't work, so I'm going to change the anchor point, change that point to a curve point, hold down shift to get a nice even arc. That looks good. Jam that in. Okay, I'm being a little bit anal here, but I think this is not exactly like in the middle. But anyway, that's close enough for now. So, Okay, so that's kind of like my hand there. I'm going to combine them. And I could use that for both clocks. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a little bit big, too big proportionally. Maybe it should be about that big. Rotate it. And then we want a little circle which represents the pin of the clock. All right, so now let's go ahead and fill this black with no outline. And then this is kind of like a silver gold type of situation here. Let's put a little gradient on this thing. So we'll come here. And where are we with our swatch? There should be a sample gradient, but let's also figure out how to do a custom gradient. So here's some default gradient, and we really want a 3 color gradient, or let's go get metals. So you can see the metals have a lot more gradient point, and I'm just going to use that. That's fine. So I'm going to make that, turn on my fill, and put that as a silver gradient. And there you go. Let's go to repeat radio, and how do I change the center of my radio rotation here? Nope. That's the amount of instances I want. Right? 1, 2. 1, 2. Nope, I need more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's good right there. And let's just kind of get this thing centered to where I want it. And I am kind of good to go there. So my clock is a little bit longer, but it's all good. I think if I reduce this down, everything else should reduce. Yep. So if you guys didn't catch what I did here, I'm gonna undo. It was kind of long, and this is all in a group now. It's all kind of acts as one piece because it was one radio. So what I did was I double clicked on one of the object, which allowed me to edit one object, and then when I came out of that edit mode, it changed everything else automatically because it's all connected. So I know that I'm in edit mode for this object because my window here has a red screen. So I'm just going to zoom in here so I can grab this node and bring it down. And notice that everything else came down. So double click outside, and then now we're back to normal. We want to make these gold, so probably instead of that one, we probably should do maybe that one. So what we want to do now is we want to take this and, well, let me do expand here. Nope. So let's go back to object, path, pattern. Oh, repeat. And then we're going to do, can we do release? Or how do I expand that? Oh, no. For this, you want to ungroup. Can we? Give me a sec, guys. I want to be able to separate this. Sorry, guys. I had a little brain fart. I was going to the specific tool, but if you go to object and the way how we repeated it, we did a radio repeat here. But there's also just general edit, right? Expand or rasterize, which you don't want to do. That pixelizes it. So I'm going to hit that, expand. And now these should be individual as soon as I make them ungroup. So then this guy, shift this guy. That guy can get a gold gradient. Okay. So now if I select all of that, oh, let me lock the guides. There's your Nelson clock. Oop, actually, what the heck happened there? Oh, okay. I have to expand. Oof. I'm just gonna make this bigger. I think you guys know what mistake I made, but that way the arms are sticking onto the thing. And let's make this one a little bit bigger. Let's rotate it to a different timepiece, then bring it down. There you go. So you have your one of the George Nelson clocks there, and it has like a silver and gold gradient that makes it look like a tiny cylinder. Okay, so let's unlock this. Where are we at? 12 minutes. Let's just kind of put this near the center here. I'm using my space arrow key. This one should be relatively easy. I think what I would probably do is do a rectangle, half a rectangle, and then come in here. Oh, yay. Did I do that on the, oh no, just gotta lock it. Okay, so I'm gonna pinch, holding down the shift, pinch that one to be a little triangle. About like that. And I'm going to reflect, copy, and then move that right, hold down shift, and then select both of these and combine them. Well, actually, no, I don't want to combine them because I want to have two different colors. So this one, let's just get an eyedropper and just sample this light piece. And then this one, eyedropper and get it darker. Okay, so now I have the arms ready. Let me get the clock body. We're going to say send to back. And what color was that? White. Oops. Actually, yeah, we'll actually center front. Okay, so that's pretty much done. We're going to group these guys so that they move together. And then again, I'm going to go to Object, Repeat, Radio. Where's my radio? 12 times. You can change it there, or you could change it actually over here. And then I just now need to kind of align it. Again, my drawing is more accurate because it's math. The photo in the back could be skewed or twisted or whatever. So there you go. And then I can just copy, Shift, that little circle there, hold down Alt, drag that over. Let me just group it, and then drag that over here, and then right click, arrange, bring to front. Okay, 2 Nelson clock done in a jiffy. Let me give you a little hint on this kind of gradient action happening back there. Let me undo. Is it separated? Perfect. Yeah. So I'm going to bring a copy of this over, and then I'm going to expand the object. So now it accesses one piece. I'm also going to, because I believe there's a hole in the middle of that object. Yep. So it's not filled. So I want to create a circle here. And then combine all of those together. Whoa. What did I do? Oh, I have to expand that so that they're individual shapes. Ungroup. Okay, should be able to combine them now. Something is up. Okay, can I just do a drop shadow on that? Let me see, can I combine that? Oh, I know. It won't combine because they're not exactly touching each other. But it's okay. This demo's taking too long, so I'm going to see if I can just put a drop shadow on this as a whole. Group it. Effect. Let me see. Where are you? Stylize, drop shadow. So you get a little drop shadow there, guys. You see how that works? So then I'm going to just take that. There's different ways of doing this, and you can release the drop shadow, but you know what? I'm going to let you guys figure that out. We're going to cover drop shadow more further later, so I kind of jumped the gun. Enjoy this demo, and hopefully you enjoy the software.